In this video, we'll delve into exploring the secret of the Sphinx, and more specifically, the room hidden within it that could rewrite history. For centuries, the Sphinx has stood as a silent sentinel, guarding the secrets of ancient Egypt. Recently, however, new discoveries have emerged that could change everything we know about this iconic monument. The Sphinx, located on the Giza Plateau, is one of the most recognizable and iconic monuments of ancient Egypt. It is a limestone statue of a lion with a human head and is believed to have been built around 2500 BC during the reign of Pharaoh Khephren, also called Khafre. The Sphinx is considered one of the largest monolithic statues in the world and has stood the test of time, surviving more than 4,500 years. In our video, we will look at the recent discoveries of a hidden chamber in the Sphinx. We will look at the evidence found, theories about the purpose and age of the chamber, and the implications of these discoveries for our understanding of ancient Egyptian history. We will seek the expertise of leading Egyptologists and archaeologists who have participated in the excavations and research surrounding the Sphinx. They will share their personal stories and insights into the ongoing work and discoveries being made. Join us as we delve into the mysteries of the Sphinx and discover the secrets that have been hidden for millennia. Historical overview of the Sphinx and its construction. The Sphinx, located on the Giza Plateau, is a limestone statue that depicts a lion with a human head. It dates to around 2500 BC, during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre. The construction of the Sphinx is believed to have been a colossal undertaking, estimated to have required hundreds, if not thousands, of workers to build it. The statue is carved from a single piece of limestone, believed to have been quarried from the nearby Macadam Formation. The limestone was then transported to the Giza Plateau and sculpted into the shape of the Sphinx. This structure impresses not only with its size, but also with the level of craftsmanship and attention to detail seen in its construction. The face of the statue is believed to be a depiction of Pharaoh Khafre, its features strongly resembling statues of him found in his funerary temple. The Sphinx has been a source of mystery and fascination for centuries, and is still shrouded in many unanswered questions. Its history and significance are still being studied and debated by Egyptologists and archaeologists, and new discoveries continue to shed light on its origins. But this is not a monument impressive only because of its size and craftsmanship, but also of great importance for ancient Egyptian society and culture. In ancient times, the Sphinx was believed to be a powerful symbol of the pharaoh's power and authority, to have religious and spiritual significance, and in many ancient texts, it was called the guardian of the horizon. The exact purpose of the Sphinx has been debated among Egyptologists and archaeologists for centuries. One of the most common theories is that it was built as a tomb for Pharaoh Khafre. This theory is supported by the fact that the Sphinx is located near the pyramid and the funerary temple of the pharaoh. Another theory is that the Sphinx was built to symbolize Khafre's power and authority. It is believed to have depicted the god Horus, son of Osiris, who is considered the patron of the pharaohs and the embodiment of royal power. Another theory states that it was built as a solar symbol, with its alignment with the stars and the sun believed to have religious significance. Some experts point to the presence of passageways and chambers in nearby pyramids as evidence for this theory. There are other versions, but all of them are still being studied and discussed by experts. The meaning and purpose of the Sphinx are still not fully understood. The evidence for the existence of the hidden chamber. The existence of a hidden chamber in the Sphinx has been a subject of much debate and speculation for years. Recently, however, new technologies have been used to search for the evidence of the presence of the hidden cavity in the Sphinx. One of the most commonly used ones is ground-penetrating radar. It works by sending electromagnetic waves into the ground and measuring the reflections of those waves. This allows researchers to create a 3D image of what lies beneath the Earth's surface. The device can detect any voids that may be present in the statue. Ground-penetrating radar has already been used in several studies of the Sphinx, and some researchers have reported finding evidence of a hidden chamber located under its paws. Other technologies, such as laser scanning and thermal imaging, have also been used to search for hidden chambers. It is worth mentioning that despite the evidence found, there are still some experts who dispute the existence of a hidden chamber and claim that the evidence is inconclusive. However, the use of radar and other technologies led to some amazing discoveries. Studies have revealed what appears to be a large chamber beneath the Sphinx's paws, leading many researchers to believe that there is indeed something hidden within the statue. In addition, laser scanning and thermal imaging studies also provide evidence of possible hidden chambers or cavities. These studies revealed variations in temperature and density within the statue, which could be an indication of the presence of hidden spaces. Some scientists have also used geomagnetic studies. These studies have revealed several anomalies in the statue's magnetic field, which are also indications of the possible presence of hidden cavities or chambers. All this data taken together provides strong evidence for the existence of a hidden chamber in the Sphinx. Naturally, research is ongoing, and further research is needed to confirm its existence and determine its purpose and age. Although the evidence for the existence of a chamber in the structure presented by ground-penetrating radar, laser scanning, thermal imaging, and geomagnetic surveys seems convincing, there are still experts who dispute the validity of this evidence. Some critics argue that variations in temperature and density, as well as anomalies in the magnetic field, can be explained by natural causes, such as erosion or geological processes. Others say the evidence is inconclusive and more research is needed. On the other hand, there are some concerns about the technical means used in the studies, as well as about the interpretation of the data. Some experts argue that the methods used in the studies are not sufficient to confirm the existence of such a finding, and that more research is needed to verify the results. Theories about the purpose and age of the hidden chamber. Ultimately, the discovery of the hidden cavity in the Sphinx led to much speculation and debate among experts about its purpose and age. Several theories have been proposed in this regard. One of the most common is that the hidden chamber was built as a tomb for Pharaoh Khafre. This is supported by the proximity of the Sphinx to Khephrun's pyramid and by the similarities of the facial features of the Sphinx and the statues of Khephrun found in his funerary temple. However, there is no conclusive evidence that the hidden chamber was used as a tomb, and some experts argue that the chamber may have been built for another purpose or by another pharaoh. Another theory states that the hidden chamber is related to the ancient Egyptian belief in the Hall of Records. According to this theory, the Sphinx is believed to be the guardian of a hidden chamber containing records of the history, wisdom, and knowledge of ancient Egypt. The thesis is based on the myth prevalent among the ancient Egyptians and their belief in the existence of the Hall of Records. Finally, there's a theory that the hidden chamber was used for ceremonial or spiritual purposes. It is based on the belief that the Sphinx was a sacred monument, and that the chamber was used for ceremonies or rituals related to the adoration of the Sphinx. However, there is no concrete evidence that the hidden chamber was used for these purposes, and they remain in the realm of speculation for now. Therefore, the purpose and age of the hidden chamber in the Sphinx remain a mystery. Now more than ever, Egyptologists and archaeologists are continuing the search and study of the monument. Different methods are being used to prove the hidden chamber in the Sphinx and gather more information about its potential contents and structure. Various teams of researchers are working on excavations and surveys of the Sphinx and its surroundings to collect more information about the internal opening. Some of these teams are using non-invasive techniques to collect data, while others plan to excavate the area to uncover more information. However, excavations are not always possible due to the fragility of the monument and the need to preserve it for future generations. One of the leading figures in the study of the Sphinx is Dr. John Anthony West, an American author, teacher, and tour guide. Dr. West studied the Sphinx and its hidden chamber for several decades and proposed a theory that the Sphinx is much older than the traditional Egyptological dating. According to Dr. West, the weathering patterns of the Sphinx are consistent with heavy rainfall, which would be impossible in the period it is dated to. It is believed to be much older than 4,500 years and predates the time of Pharaoh Khafre. Dr. West suggests that the hidden chamber may be the tomb of a ruler from this earlier period or have another purpose. The researcher also theorizes that the Sphinx's hidden chamber is part of a larger complex of underground chambers that may contain records of ancient history and knowledge, which he calls the Hall of Records. Dr. West suggests that the hidden chamber may be connected to this complex and contain important information about the ancient civilization that erected this architectural marvel. The theory is also supported by Dr. Robert Schock, an American geologist and associate professor at Boston University, who has also studied the site for decades. One of the most significant breakthroughs in recent years has been the use of non-invasive technologies. Recently, a team of French archaeologists used a technique called muography to scan the Great Sphinx. They discovered a large void behind the statue's head, which they believe may be a previously undiscovered chamber. This discovery sparked renewed interest in the possibility of a hidden chamber and led to calls for further research and exploration of the area. Another exciting development has been achieved using the latest 3D modeling and virtual reality technologies, creating a detailed reconstruction of the Sphinx and its surrounding complex. This provided new insight into the design and construction of the Sphinx and helped experts better understand its purpose and history. Despite these recent discoveries and breakthroughs, much again remains unknown about the hidden chambers of the Sphinx and their potential significance for our understanding of ancient Egyptian history. Studies and research continue to uncover new information and understanding of this fascinating and enigmatic structure. However, further study and research still have many challenges and limitations. One of the main ones before the experts is the lack of access to the interior of the Sphinx. The statue is a national treasure and a major tourist attraction, and destructive excavation is not an option. Non-invasive techniques can provide valuable information, but they have limitations and may not be able to provide a complete picture of the interior of the Sphinx. Despite the challenges, studies and research continue. If the existence of a hidden chamber in the Sphinx is true, it could potentially rewrite our understanding of the history and construction of this iconic structure. For example, suppose the chamber turns out to be a tomb. In that case, it could signify the presence of a previously unknown pharaoh or ruler and provide new insight into the politics and power dynamics of ancient Egypt. Furthermore, if the hidden chamber turns out to be related to the ancient Egyptian belief in the Hall of Records, as Dr. John West suggests, it could provide a wealth of new information about ancient history and knowledge, offering a glimpse into the advanced knowledge and understanding of the ancient Egyptians. The potential implication of these findings, if proven true, could change our understanding of ancient Egyptian technology, engineering, history, and culture. If this information was valuable to you, please help spread it by sharing the video and subscribing to the channel for more informative content.